MemeFi has postponed its listing, so they are no longer going to be listing on the 9th of October. And I personally expected this. If you've been following me for a while now, in the last two videos I made concerning MemeFi, I talked about this. Now let's look at what they have to say. According to them, they say our top priority has always been to reward you in ways you deserve the most. With millions of players involved and several examples of airdrop designs gone wrong in front of us, we are learning from others' mistakes to deliver the best possible outcome. So according to them, there are a lot of mistakes that they are still learning from in order to give us the best possible outcome, which I'm kind of sensing some fishy things here. I don't want to be the one to discourage you on this airdrop because I personally am also doing it. So I'm not discouraging you to stop. But something fishy is definitely going on. I mean, they had a lot of time to postpone their listing. They even had a lot of time to prepare. They announced listing about a month ago, and since then they have all the time they had to do all the preparations. Even if the time was not enough, they could have made this announcement earlier. Imagine, this is just 3 days or 4 days to the listing that they are making this announcement after milking us in several ways. Although if you read down to the bottom of this text, they are still explaining that no more milking or whatever. Let's see what they have to say. According to them, they say a few externalities, including ecosystem alignment and listing terms, have been dragging the process for a while. Our goal is to list in the most fitting circumstances when it comes to multiple factors, including ecosystem alignment, best exchanges, and airdrop model that would reward the most loyal users. We'll be giving away 90% of the total supply to the community. No seasons, no milking. This part is actually a good thing. At least if they actually get listed, they'll be giving away 90%, and then they said no milking. Why they're actually milking us, like I've said. They said no milking, but they're already milking us. Imagine the numerous ton transactions we are doing. And the ones that they will still introduce. Just watch out. In some days to come, they'll still introduce other things that you need to use ton to do transactions to participate in. Now, according to them again, they said we are focusing on achieving exactly this, creating the best launch environment and accepting no plan B. We'll share what we can confirm now. MemeFi will be listing on 6 leading sex exchanges pending one confirmation. So they've already made arrangement with 6 exchanges to list, but then they still have one that is pending confirmation. And if you ask me personally, I think that one is going to be Binance, even though they recently collaborated with Binance. If you've been following the updates for quite some time now, you realize that Binance recently made an update. They updated the community that they are in partnership with MemeFi for a program, I think a campaign or something like that, referral, whatever. I've not been able to check more details on that.
And that is what they almost used to confuse us about some days ago when they introduced that Binance logo. Because a lot of people thought that means they are going to be listing on Binance, and a lot of rumors were ongoing. And Binance, they were funny. They didn't even come out to make any official statement. It's not as if MemeFi is using us to play or whatever. But then the whole thing is now clear now. They are not listing currently on any exchange, and the listing has been postponed.
But then it is what it is. Now, this is the part where they now give us the eligibility or the criteria for you to be able to receive your airdrop. And they said the eligibility criterion will be the coin amount, but there are going to be multiple factors and bonuses from interacting with many aspects of MemeFi ecosystem, including the testnet OGs. So what this part is mainly trying to say is that your coin is the main thing. Your coin balance, the amount of coins you have, is the main thing. So if I were you now, I'll be looking for every possible way to boost my coin balance. Have as much coins as possible. So in this aspect, they are not saying anything about your level on MemeFi. And I actually think that level something will be rubbish. Because for me, for instance, I think level 20 is the last. And I've been able to kill the boss. That their demon, whatever. I've been able to do it over 20 times. Like, I just keep defeating it. So that level, I don't really think they are going to be using it. And they are not saying anything about it here. Now, for those people that purchase the premium, that premium feature that they introduced, premium feature for Lambo, purchasing of ton for different things. I think that is the people that they classify as other bonuses something. So the main airdrop will be based on your coin balance. But then for those that partook in special task, those ton transactions, they are going to be rewarding you guys. This is what they are saying. And according to them, the criteria will focus mainly on loyal players. So they are going to be disqualifying people that use cheats. I've still not been able to see how possible people use cheat on this platform. Okay, I could remember one. There is a method in which people are using to bypass the turn transactions, tricking the system to believe you've made your turn transaction while you've not done so. Maybe that is what they are considering as cheat and some other things, but I don't know. But guys, just stay loyal and perform your task well. Do not use VPN. I don't know how I can shout or stress this enough. Don't use VPN on MemeFi. It is risky for your MemeFi account, and most of all, it is risky for your Telegram. Imagine them banning your Telegram that contains all your airdrops. Now, this is the last part that shocks me. According to them, they say several major campaigns are to go live next week, and the final countdown towards snapshot will continue throughout the month. Shortly after the snapshot, we will release the airdrop checker followed by TG. So in this aspect, they say they're going to be giving us more details on how the airdrop, whether distribution, allocation, whatever, they'll provide us with more details on how it is going. But then again, they are still going to introduce other campaigns. That is what this part is saying. They are still going to introduce some other things. Like I've said, it might be turn transactions. They'll still put in other things for you to do turn transactions, which is actually what I consider as milking. They are milking us. Meanwhile, they said no milking. And that is the bottom line. So the main thing they're trying to say in the whole summary of this text is that they are no longer listing on 9th of October. The listing is going to be 30th of October, which is the end of the month. And I don't think there is anyone that is happy with this info. But then we have no choice. We'll still wait, watch and see till 30th of October. As for me, I'm no longer doing any turn transactions again because I'm not seeing this as a means for them to milk us or to milk my pocket more. So right now, I'll advise while we are waiting, focus on some other airdrops. There is actually no airdrop that is 100% guaranteed to pay. But then, focus on airdrops. Do your research. Airdrops like Bloom and some others that I do release on my Telegram and WhatsApp channel. If you are not on that yet, you're missing a lot. Check the link in the description box of this video. Join either my WhatsApp or Telegram channel. You'll get a lot of updates like this.